Yeah, I think it's important to hear, but I think it's also important to hear it in the right way.
Review started.
Did you crush it? Oh, you are the 21Q. Okay. I thought you were sandbagging. No, it looks like you got sandbagged. Looks like this guy is probably just trying to get a rank. What are we wanting? Okay, have a good one. Good luck in your games. Hopefully you found it helpful. He's 5Q? Yeah. I don't know if there's going to be a lot to learn from this. Or I say a lot. There's going to be too much to learn from this because you're going to make. There's too many mistakes between a 21Q and a 5Q. There's too many things you have to know. Do you have a game again that you struggled against your own level? That's usually more helpful because I don't want to just go through and be like, oh yeah, a 5Q, yeah, you're missing like 10 ranks of basics. You need to learn the basics at your rank, and then you need to learn the basics at the next rank, and then you work one rank at a time. But if I review a game facing a 5Q, almost everything's going to be wrong compared to the 5Q because he's going to have better. He's going to have like 20 ranks on you, or almost 20 ranks on you. So if you have a game that gets closer to your level, I can review that, or I can try to review this and just tell you a couple simple things. Joseki. Second line is small. Make your base. Bases. Make your base. Gotcha. Yeah, so make the base. Second line is small. Don't do this. This is a bad shape. Fix. Doing this leads to peeps. It leads to more forcing moves. It leaves potential cutting points in the future. It's just bad Aji. Just do this, and then you also let him block it in Sete. So yeah, you lose your Hane. So just fix. Don't don't just go to the first line. Just fix. I think he's actually encouraging you to fix. Yeah, there we go. Fix. Okay. Make your base. Just expand your base. Either make your base because you need a base, or do something else. Where am I weak? Where's my opponent weak? Where's the big move? So if you don't need a base, then go play an open corner, open side. If you need a base, make a base. But this turn is really, really slow because, or actually, it's not even a turn. It's just an empty triangle. This empty triangle is really slow because we can move 1-point jumps. We can move 1-point jumps here. We can try to Hane to break out so we don't get surrounded. We can Tanuki, but moving one line at a time is really slow. So don't do that. Hane, we're not attacking because he's connected, he's alive, he has thickness. So what do we? Hane's just bend around and get around something. So that's more offense. So why are we playing a Hane here? Because Hane has cutting points. So Hane is not defense. You're not playing offense because he's not weak. So go play big move. You're gonna approach here. You're gonna approach here. You can seal your corner. You can play an extension. Worried about connecting to the bottom. Don't worry about your opponent connecting. Your opponent, a living group connecting to a living group is Dame. It has nothing to do with attack and defense. They're both not. They're both pretty fine. Now, if you get that, then and the stone doesn't have a base, then yeah, now it's worth surrounding and cutting. But cutting off a group and he just makes a base, you got 0 points of territory. Yeah. At this level, honestly, I wouldn't even worry about attacking your opponent at all. I wouldn't worry about your opponent connecting. I wouldn't worry about what your opponent's doing. I would just worry about defense, then big move until like 17, 16Q. Defense at this level is watch your cutting points, watch your bases, and if you have no base, then run away and don't get surrounded, and run away with shapes that can't be cut. Okay, so like 1-point jumps, diagonals. Run, like, make a base or run away if you can't make a base, and don't get cut. If your group is fine, if it's alive, if it has a base, it's out, it can't be surrounded. If it's fine, then go play a big move. Open corners, open sides, and in the open side you can approach, you can extend, or you can enclose. Those are your 3 options. Watch the beginner lecture series, actually. I talk about this in the beginner lecture series. I don't know if you've watched this or not, but the beginner lecture series kind of talks about all of this. You really got to think of watch my weaknesses and then just play a big move. And that will get you to like 17Q, 16Q. And then you start looking at your opponent's weaknesses, because at that point, you'll know how to identify weakness because you'll have been protecting your own. But you can't attack your opponent if you don't even see your own weaknesses. That's attacking with weakness, and that can very quickly backfire. Okay. Yeah, other than that, learn 1-point jumps. Hanes are used for offense or building an influence or something, so probably don't need that just yet. Yeah, here you're cutting through. And then here you block your base, but you already have the base. This is very wide. That's like 10 points. Yeah, black and monkey jump and do some cool stuff, but we don't know that yet. And even with that, there's responses to it. You are completely alive. So either cut black off or play a big move. But blocking your base, you already have the base. Okay, so now you're reducing. What if I play here? You're going to play here, and then I play here. You're going to play here. I just give it up. And then I play here. Look at the rest of the board. Yeah. Your moves are a little bit too passive. You're playing to the small things. You're getting too focused on local. You're not thinking global. You should always be thinking global. Always be thinking, can I Tanuki? Can I Tanuki? Can I Tanuki? Can I Tanuki? That is what you need to be doing at this level. If you don't have any weakness, play somewhere else. Go play big move. No weakness, big move. No weakness, big move. Because if you do not, you will not have enough territory. Yeah, trying to cut here. But we don't know what we're fighting over at this level just yet. Also, this cut doesn't work. And you're going to die. Yeah, you just die. Yeah, and this is pretty much game over. Black's probably ahead by like 30, 40 points at this point. And the reason is, you cut a bad cut, and then you died. You gave your opponent thickness after you already had a base. And so, yeah, you get some more points, but he got thickness radiating the board. You got a corner, but he got control of the entire center. So you're just not getting to the big moves. Yeah. So you're just playing too slow. The very quick tip that I can give you that you can immediately apply is every single move, ask yourself if you can Tanuki. And the conditions for answering that question are, do you have cutting points? Do you need a base? Or do you need to run away? Okay, if you don't have to do one of those things, then just Tanuki and go play big move. Who cares what they're doing? Who cares if they play 1-point moves at a time? You just make your big moves. And then once you can do that, then you can start talking about which big moves you should be making. How do you play a big move? Or how do you play in the largest framework? You can start asking the correct questions, the next level questions. After you're Tanukiing, then you can say where should I Tanuki? But first you have to say, I need to Tanuki. So that's the first step. Learn to Tanuki every single turn unless you have to defend. That's something you can immediately apply. Do that and see where you're at, and then we can talk about. Then you can learn like how to approach, how to reduce, how to build. You can learn how to do all that stuff when you have the sente, the freedom to do it. Does that make sense? Do you have any questions about how I explained that? Awesome. So yeah, that hopefully will immediately help you. With that being said, normally you should be 19Q on 19 by 19. If you're in the 20 Qs, make sure you have mastered cutting points on the small boards. So, okay, it looks like you play 9 by 9 and 13 by 13, so that's good. Okay, no, you're good then. You're good. As long as you have mastered the shapes from the small board while learning 19 by 19, you're good. Right? As long as you master cutting points, second line cuts, first line cut, second line cuts, and then middle, a third and fourth line cutting points, ladders, nets. As long as you have that stuff down, you're good. Awesome. All right. Hope that helps. J Dizzle. Okay, I need to eat this burger real quick. I skipped lunch to get here on time, and I have not eaten lunch yet. So while I'm waiting for the next game review, I'm gonna eat this.